Welcome back to Limbus Company, Daily Mirror Dungeon. A couple days ago, my friend reminded me of something that I kind of always forget exists, and that's Kurokumo Rodion's passive. 4 Lust owned at 5+ poise, counter skills use skill 3. Similar to like how Middle Dawn has the ability to turn her counter into a skill 3, Rodion can just kind of spam back there and cut if she's got enough poise and just keeps on going for counters. And I don't think I've ever actually properly used this gimmick. So I figured, might as well give it a try. We're running a team of, Quad, Blade Lineage, and Blade Lineage, once again. Because this way we'll have enough people to be able to trigger the Poise Fusion Gift and the Bleed Fusion Gift. Because her skill 3 is a Poise and a Bleed, so if we can get both of those, it'd be really funny. Starting out with 4-Leaf Clover, Ornamental Horseshoe Pen, and Nostalgia. I figured I might as well just use... It's only 100 Starlight to get the Wish of Stars that allows you to start with 3 things, so I feel like I might as well always go for it, right? And yeah, we'll do it like this, I think, yeah. Gotta make sure we get enough Lust to trigger the passive, but that should be fairly easy. We don't have a lot of Lust to the team, but we've got enough with just Rodion alone. And also, Pen and Nostalgia is super good for us, because the only person here with Bloom attack affinity skills is Rodion, I'm fairly certain. So she's always getting targeted by the Pen, so she'll just build up Poise faster, and hopefully we'll be able to get Nebulizer at some point to make sure that her Poise will be decent. We'll have to see. Would be good, though. It's definitely a very powerful effect to just be able to spam skill 3s by just spamming counters. We'll have to see if I can make good use of it, though, I suppose. We shall see. If we also get, Commemorative Coin, we could use our skill 3, an additional time. If we can manage to get Bloody Mist, it will also deal the double damage because it's got Bleed on it, which would be really funny. Because we've got enough stuff to use Lucky Pouch already, but we'll have to get a little bit lucky if we want to get Bloody Mist. We'll need to get the muzzle and the wire. Smoking wires. Which is definitely very doable, but it's not the most guaranteed thing. I'm not bothering with counters too much here. Just because it's an early fight, but I'll definitely try and use it a bunch later on. If we can get some stuff for healing, that would also be nice, especially if Rodion's gonna get hit a fair bit thanks to using counters. Yeah, look at how easily she's built up poise and just managed it there. A lot of that was thanks to the pendant, gotta admit. Because she is awful at... Let's take a look at her kit, right? Her skill 1, gain 4 poise, sure. Her skill 2, gain 2 poise count, and it's a 2 coin skill, and that's the only poise count on her entire thing, barring her counter, which is also plus 2 poise count, but only if you use the counter. If you have too much poise, if you have too much lust and trigger the passive, you can't get this benefit from the counter, I'm fairly certain. Assumably how it works. Wrong person. And on skill 3, that plus poise 100% critical damage. Very silly. Very doable if we get some more Poise gifts. Mainly Nebulizer, it's always what you want to go for. It just kind of guarantees that our Poise will start out in a decent spot. If we immediately skill 3 with you, then we're not going to have nearly as much Poise as if we, did other things, right? Okay, yeah. Still early, so we're just going to keep on focusing on winning clashes and get our sanity up on everyone. There's a stagger. Nice. And I almost went for the Pride Resonance because I was thinking of Nebulizer, but I don't even have Nebulizer. Silly me. Silly me. I guess I should I mean... 4 days away from Kanto 6 now. Very exciting stuff. Very exciting, god. It's gonna be so peak. I'm definitely curious to see how they go about doing, like, the battle pass stuff. I think there's a decent chance we might actually get at least one, maybe two egos in the first update. Because last season, we just straight up didn't get any egos from the first update. Like, the first 20 levels didn't have any. Which was kind of funny, but a little unfortunate, that's for sure. Okay, there's smoking wires. We need to get the muzzle now, though, which might be hard. Well, we press on. Yeah, like, one of the actual, like, because one of the CGs you would see in the trailer showed, like, some of the sinners looking at what seemed to be, like, a ball of electricity or something. I wonder if they, like, will encounter, like, the dreaming electric sheep or something early on. Because if so, it could make sense, because, like, we got the Capote egos with the first update of Season 2, because, like, we fought the Brazen Bull immediately in the Kanto, right? I think that's the reason why they didn't give us any egos in Season 3 immediately. That's because we didn't fight any Adams until the dungeon. But then, once again, I wouldn't be surprised if we, once again, didn't fight any of the Adams until the dungeon itself. So I don't know if that's, like, a reasonable use, right? It could be, it might not be. I don't know. Rodion spamming skill 2-0, so she's gaining a bunch of poise count, and yeah, she's set. Unfortunately, we cannot counter right now. This fight's kind of hard to counter in anyways, because it's a normal encounter instead of being a focus encounter, so we can't actually manually target. The other floor bosses will be much better ways to try out the counter. It's a very funny counter. Oh, Ishmael got that overheated gas harpoon. Truly the most powerful status effect. And there we go. Broken any with an effective attack. I'm so excited for the Samjo announcer, and the Heathcliff announcer, and the, about the Nelly announcer, too. Mostly Samjo, because Samjo we're actually going to be getting the first week, based on past patterns. The other two we probably won't get until the third week. Get in time, though, of course. We're going to go for the rest stop. We cannot take any other events. That is fine. It's worth it so we can use Lucky Pouch. I'm not going to be able to get Rusty Muzzle by then, but hopefully next floor something we can get Rusty Muzzle. I might just keep on re-rolling in the shop till I get it or Nebulizer, because those are really just the two things I'm only looking for. Yeah. Probably the stupidest thing about Rodion's counter is the fact that Dawn's special counter skill 3 is capped at twice per turn. Rodion's does not have a cap. You can do it as many times as you want per turn. If she's got 6 skill slots, she can counter skill 3 6 times. It's so funny. Maybe depending on who the final boss of the run is or something, I should try soloing with the Rodion. Yeah, that could be super doable against some people. Like Centipede, I'm pretty certain is really easy to solo. And you're given just a turn to build up another skill slot. Although maybe that's overconfident speaking. Like KQE is super easy. I'll think about it. I think that's the thing, right? I'll consider whether or not I think that'll be a good idea. And chances are it probably will be. But you know, better safe than sorry, right? Some of them are definitely not good. Like, you know, Brazen Bull, I think Rodion would probably just get staggered instantly and die. Chromer's awful for solos, just in general. They're doable. You gotta do like the corrosion shenanigans and all that sort of stuff, and you gotta lucky enough to win the flashes so you don't get force staggered, and it's a little boring, really. Like Fairy Long Legs, is probably pretty easy. Fairy Gentleman is probably pretty easy. It's really all about being able to handle, like, a couple attacks first turn. Because it's a focus encounter, after, like, 3 turns or something, you've basically got as many attacks as the enemy does most turns. That's kind of what it comes down to in solos. I should do another Sunfire solo soon. I might actually do that soon, honestly. Could be fun. It wasn't I've done solos in general, just the fact that you have a stagger threshold with basically every ID in this Mirror Dungeon compared to Mirror Dungeon 2 has kind of like made me less interested, because it's still very doable. It's just kind of more RNG for some people, and it just makes Keikor Ponglu just infinitely more boring, which is funny. I mean, it's not very interesting in the first place, don't get me wrong, but I mean, he's good. I like Keikor Ponglu a fair bit. I've kind of grown out of him, right? Yeah, he's got like 1,000 effective HP, but like he also doesn't do much beyond that, right? There's something like E.G.O Rodion, who, you know, has like actual like gimmicks and mechanics you gotta like use to the fullest in order to like survive. I don't know, I like Keikor Ponglu for Rupture teams, but that's solely because Dimension Shredder is super solid to have to field and like a bunch of Rupture counts, especially if you have commemorative coin. So true, Ishmael. Captain Ishmael. Okay, we can get our fusion now. Throw these two together, get Nebula, or not Nebula, get Lucky Pouch. There we go. Enhanced gift time, wound declared ++ for the bit. I'll get you to plus. Yeah, I'll get you to plus. I think ++ doesn't help us that much because it hits 2 allies, and that doesn't matter. Okay, seems good. And of course, we're not upgrading Smoke and Wires because we are hoping to get the muzzle so that we can fuse it to get Bloody Mist. But now we're going to be killing enemies a lot more efficiently since we have Lucky Pouch, because our skill 3s are going to be, like, enough to, like, doom these guys into, like, painful, like, non-existence, right? Let's hope, at least. And thanks to Wound Declared being ++, our bleed attacks now inflict bleed count, too. It is very nice. That's for sure. Allowing us to do bleed shenanigans even more efficiently. We've got a Sky Clearing Cut coming after someone. Could be funny. Oh, 42 rolling claim their bones from Sinclair. Lucky Pouch moment. Instantly kills them. Do we get the Sky Clearing Cut out on someone? I hope so, but I think so. I don't think they die quite that easily. Yeah, Sharp Edge, Staggers, and then are you gonna hit that guy, or are you hitting this guy? Yeah, 42 rolling Sky Clearing Cut. Pretty solid. Pretty solid. And I don't think, like... Oh, yeah. Interesting, though, that she actually can increase her crit chances. We've got doubled crit chance if target has a lot of bleed. And by a lot of bleed, I mean 6+ bleed. That's not really a lot, especially when we've got Wound Declared. We're kind of being able to manage bleed pretty easily. I also do know I could have used Blade Lineage Faust here, but I just decided against it for the bit, right? Although she would have been fairly useful, that's for sure. This is Ebony Queen. No, it is unlikely to live very long, right? You have only skill ones. Unfortunate. We could counter for more poise count now. Doesn't make that big of a difference. You can just hit the fruit a little bit, I guess. Our Queen of Obsession will do a little bit of damage. Yeah, redirect that one, that's fine. We'll go for the fruit a little bit then. Make sure the fruit dies, right? So you get all your fragile next turn. Sort of stuff. But yeah, Harpoon of Obsession I think will just do a lot of damage to the roots immediately. Yeah. And that's with the tails. 88 HP on the roots. A little bit silly. I don't think anyone else was attacking the roots, because I think all of our one-side attacks are going for the fruit. But the roots are still nearly dead. You get attacked a little bit. You're also buffing Heathcliff in the process, so you know, very silly. Yeah, there goes the fruit. Bleeding it a little bit. Not that it makes that big of a difference. The fruit can't attack. It's funny. We could counter with you, but there's not really much of a point because I think she just dies. We'll make usage of her sooner or later. Surely, surely. Trust. I'll probably also just bench Dawn so we can get Rodion more skill slots sooner in like focus encounters, right? She's just here because she like provides poise to allies, but like we don't really need more poise on Rodion necessarily because of the pendant. Still could be nice though, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't say no. Like a nebulizer or something. Rusty commemorative coin is funny. Sell gifts. We could sell like Lewis. Sorry, this does not do much for us. No. Nope. 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 And nope. Okay. That's fine. We'll press on. I just want nebulizer or I want the muzzle. Either or would be pretty solid for us, right? Don't know if we'll get the bloody mist, but we can pray, right? A nebulizer, it's just more poise. That's the thing. Like, how would you say no more poise to on a poise team? Like, it's just super consistent to have more poise. Alright. Didn't get the crit, unfortunate. Still almost one-shot it, but thanks to not getting the crit, you just did. And it wouldn't have made sense for her to get the crit. And don't worry, like, I understand that. But it goes again, though, thanks to that. How swell. And we also gotta claim their bones going for this guy. Really just being a little silly. They're all dead. Cool. We love killing. If we had Blade Lineage Faust, she also would have counted towards the pendant as well. Which would have been fine if we got pendant like plus, but like we don't want that. Nice, double up on your skill 1. And you got the final kill thanks to that. Oh, cool. Couple more normal encounters and stuff. We'll get to the rest stop and we'll... What do we even want to do there? Not really anything, I don't think. We'll go to the rest stop anyways. You might as well. Right. A little bit of bleed on these guys. It's still funny how like they just don't even bother with like the... They don't even bother with giving them like the bleed resistance to the mirror dungeon form. Always so funny because like I always expect it, and I don't know why I always expect it. But I do, and then it's not there, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. I guess just because it would be kind of stupid to have random fights just be super resistant to certain stat effects. Like the only reason why there was bleed resistance at all in Kanto 4 was because bleed was like kind of like the focus of the previous season with N-Corp and stuff, so they were like, oh, don't use the old units or whatever, right? That's how I took it, at least. Maybe not like necessarily as like the only reason why they did it like that, but like that's what it kind of felt like, right? Wonder if they're gonna do something funny this season, like enemies that like steal your poise or something. Shh. Yeah, you just encounter some random guy and like, oh, on use, you've got like a skill that's like on use, steal all poise from target. Just to immediately be like, do not run poise teams. That is a thing of the past. I doubt it, that's for sure. Would it be really funny? Would I love it if they did something really petty like that? Kind of like how, I think like I think it was the railway version of the Centipede that just stole charge from people. So kind of, it's like a petty way to get back against like charge users, I guess. Oh, yeah, I don't think Wayward Passenger had anything like that. I don't know though. I feel like you still didn't really want to use the charge IDs against the Pure Watch anyways. I don't remember. It's been a while since Railway 2. I'm sure they'll add, you know, Wayward Passenger the next mirror dungeon. I'm still so surprised that they just only added Phalanx to the previous one. Like, I understand why you wouldn't add, like... I understand why you wouldn't add, Steam Transport Machine, although I do think it could work in a funny manner if it just was based on how many turns you spent in the entire mirror dungeon. Just, for the bit. But I understand why they wouldn't include it. It's a little weird. And I understand why you wouldn't include Sign of Roses, because, like, it's, like, also, like, a little bit of a weird fight. It's also not very hard, usually. Especially if you have EO gifts, I'm sure. But, like, Wayward Passenger is such, like, a perfect mirror dungeon boss, right? I think even more perfect than Phalanx. I feel like it's a surprise they'd include Phalanx when it's also got a super annoying gimmick. But, like, Wayward Passenger is just, like, a fight that you do, and it's fun. I don't know. I look forward to when they add the Railway 3 bosses to Mirror Dungeon, since there's a heavy gimmick of unavoidable damage. It won't matter too much because it'll probably be like 4 or 5 bosses, or the final floor, whatever that ends up being. Can anyone do this? Gluttony Wrath advantage? No. Awesome. That's fine, it happens. We can get our sanity back. Enhanced gift, anything you want to enhance? Not really, we'll just save cost, I think. We've got a So That No One to Cry. How are you looking? You can skill 2 immediately, that's probably the best bit. Immediate skill 2 to make sure your poise will be good, and then the next turn you can do the funny, right? That'll work. Sanity is a little unfortunate, isn't it? Yeah. Try something like that, though. We're going for some neutrals. Sometimes you gotta suffer, to make progress, though, right? Something like that. You were so close so many times, Ishmael, to at least beating one of the coins. Really? Alright. That was very sad to see. Very pitiful. I fared you well off, wholesome. And the poise of the relentless stab doesn't do too much. You lose the clash with your body, but you're fine. And you get more poison yourself. Would be fairly goated. I guess you don't have Temple's poise though. You'll get there. Yeah, she'll get there. We can just go 3 this turn. Yeah, we kind of want the sanity, don't we? And then next turn we could counter with a bit. Yeah, that'll work. You do this, yeah, okay. Get some sanity on Rodion, hopefully. Get some sanity on everyone a little bit, hopefully. Yeah, Dawn's at max now. Nice. And there we go. Good damage, that's for sure. Stagger the right arm, do it again. Hit the body this time, though, that's still good. Nice, it's more bleed. Going at the crit. Oh, you ran out of poise, didn't you? You only had 1 poise down, and he, crit with the first coin. Unfortunate. Because if he crits with the second coin, that's how he inflicts a bunch of bleed count. Which is always nice. Because the body's out of bleed now, but that's fine. I'm not that concerned. Okay. You can't even counter. Okay. You don't have the speed. What's your speed range? 2 to 5. Yeah, that's not great. It really isn't great, huh? Well, that's fine. This guy just dies, I think. Yeah, definitely. Severnod is gaining the coin power because it's a skill 3 and it finishes the job, yeah. Okay. Well, Rodion still did a fair bit even if she didn't get to make use of the counter, but surely next. Oh, my dog has grabbed the squeaky toy. Silly boy. Okay, let's see. What do we want here? None of these really matter that much. I don't want to give them Clash Power. Plus power to unopposed decks is rude. I guess we just take Lightning Rod and then we sell it later. A little bit more cost. Going for this one because it's the one that does the least, because, like, oh no, deal standard damage when you hit people. What a horror. Shouldn't matter too much, right? I say that, and I'm probably gonna jinx myself with that, but that's fine. That's how it usually goes. We'll do something like this, maybe? Yeah. We'll go for the risky counter, so we've got at least a random E.G.O from that. Because we're still looking for the muzzle. Like, you can't get muzzle from events. We kind of got to prioritize fights that give you E.G.O if we want to have any chance of getting the muzzle. We'll see. Nice.
아까의 공격으로 인해서 대상에게 많은 피해를 입혔어. 적들이 충분히 나약해졌다는 거지.
Looks good. Getting more poise on Rodion with her skill 2, and then using her funny skill 3. You run out of poison for so your crit chances get double, but it doesn't really matter. Resisted slash still got one shot. Right, I say one shot, but he was already like half HP or something, so don't really think one shot is the correct term to use. Counter that guy. I don't know if we'll actually get the chance to use the counter, but it'd be funny if we did. We're probably just gonna kill everyone first, though, based on speed values and stuff. Yeah, that's just staggers him immediately. Yeah, the bleed damage also does a little bit, doesn't it? And he's just dead immediately, because fairly well is a skill 3, so it's doing a lot of damage. Oh well. Actually, let me look into the final bosses. If it's Pierce and Gloom or Pierce and Pride, I'll probably try soloing with Rodion. Flash and Wrath, either Cromer or with Very Long Leg. Very Long Legs I think we could manage. Cromer, I don't think so. Unless I did, you know, the sanity, like, E.G.O spam, corrode type strats, which are inconsistent to say the least. You need to, like, keep on flashing by getting randomly chance, like, actually targeting the right things. Yeah, a little dire. That's fine. If it is Very Long Legs, though, then it'll be probably a pretty good fight to solo. Although he doesn't, like, bleed and stuff, doesn't he? Don't know how much we want to take that. Although I guess if we only counter, then, like, that's fine, right? If we only use our counters, then, like, bleed won't matter. That is true. That is very, very true. I think none of your E.G.Os particularly help you, do they? Not really. I think I still have Effervescent Corrosion, which is fine, because, like, it's either that or Rhyme Shank. Pursuance doesn't hit Self. Yeah, 2 other allies. There's a Tremor. Doesn't look some bleed, I guess. And note the SP loss gain efficiency antics that still really don't do anything of note. They do something, but it's very little. Right. I finished this guy with a Sky Clearing Cut. How swell. How swell. We're not quite into the clear yet, though. We've got a risky encounter before we make it to the end of the floor. Okay, if we get the Pride Resin, this turns into a favorite. Sure thing. You're not doing great on Sanity, are you, Ishmael? Yeah, Well, hopefully she can get, like, a kill or something so that she does not corrode. If I get the muzzle, I might want to just... If I get the muzzle for the bit, I might just bench Dom but keep everyone else, but just spam defensive skills, right? Because we gotta have enough people to actually trigger the gift. So I probably don't want to do the solo bit. But, like, we can bench Dawn, make it so that we at least get 2 skill fluff on Rodion. And that way, like, we can just let other people get, like, grabbed by Cromer or something if it is Cromer. So, like, we focus entirely on the Sky Clearing Cuts for the bit. Okay, do you get a kill here? You might get a kill. Might, yeah, that would be nice. Sandy isn't doing great, so, I mean, she wins the class if nothing else, that's something. And she's getting a lot of tails, so she's not, like, the highest chance of winning a class, but... Because Lucky Pouch is a coin power-up, so that if you keep on getting tails, it effectively just does nothing for you. If she got, like, even, like, a couple more heads there with her skill 3, she would have gotten the kill and been happy, but because she didn't, she's not getting too many kills. That's fine. She's, like, neutral-ish Sandy. She'll be, like, what, negative 15 or something when this fight ends. Still one guy left. Do you kill him? You sure do. 2 HP, yeah, definitely. Yeah, like, negative 20, 15-ish sanity on Ishmael. That's okay. We'll just not have her focus on attacking too much, and that's the easy solution, I think. Hit the switch, leave the room, and there we go, night vision goggles, another thing to sell. E-sign skills? Nah. Nah, I'd win. There's Rusted Muzzle, okay, excellent. And can we get Nebulizer too, to really commit to the bit? Doesn't look like anything I want to upgrade here, not particularly. We'll sell everything we don't need, though. All the stuff that does genuinely nothing for us. Roll a couple more times, see what we get. Echo 20... Late Bloomer's Tattoo is really funny, isn't it? White Gossip PM could be funny. I'll pass, though. Rodion, give her another skill, too. That shows she can use that to build up her, poise a little faster, right? Enhance gifts, anything we can enhance? No. If we're fusing these together, we get Bloody Mist. Excellent. Yeah, let's check. Anything? Nope. Makes sense. There we go. We now have both Lucky Pouch and Bloody Mist. We're gonna see how much damage we can do with specific... Oh no, whoops. I forgot to remove Dawn. I'll restart the fight, I think. And just remove Dawn. I think I got it, right? Additional Sandy's low, that's fine. She's here to provide counting as a bleed unit. That's your main purpose. Because this way we've got 5 bleed units, we've got 5 poise units, as far as the game is concerned. So we can trigger both the Funny Fusion gifts. And we can counter flash you immediately. Yeah, do that. Get your poise going. Otherwise, you can dodge one of these. You can block one of those. You can counter one of those, I guess. I guess you can counter one of those, sure. I'm really gonna try and see how much I can commit to the bet. It's gonna be funny. He will start healing if he, you know, starts hitting people with bleed, though, so... Only gonna commit so far, I suppose. You're gonna run out of bleed, that's fine. We can live with that, because you almost like a little more bleed there. And now you've got 2 skill slots. You can counter one of these. Here's bleed. Okay, yeah, this is the one we probably want to counter. We can Sky Clear and cut one of these. You can be on dodge duty, and everyone else is just going to keep on defending. Commit to the bit, commit to the bit. How many Sky Clearing cuts can... Yeah, 313 damage already. This guy's super weak to Sky Clearing cut. Another solid 308 damage. He countered us, that's fine. You're going to do a little bit of damage, but not much, because we get another counter! Or this is the actual first time we've actually used the proper counter one. Otherwise it was just kind of the skill 3 normally. Okay, you can't actually redirect anything, but you can counter the Casting Shade. That's something. What is it? I don't quite know, but it's something. Target is bleed, heal. You don't have bleed. Everyone else has bleed though, so we can get... Or you're gonna inflict bleed. He's gonna heal HP, that's fine. We can live with that, I think. Committing to the bet. Oh no, he's casting shade on me. Kill this guy. And it should trigger commemorative point, I presume? No? Okay. Good to know. I didn't know if the counter form would trigger commemorative point or not, but I guess not, because it is still counting it as a counter. Good to know. Yeah, it makes sense. You're gonna heal your HP or whatever, that's fine. So you get more poise with the skill 2 for the bit.
어떤 시간과 공간에 계시는 관리자님이 들을지 몰라도 그때를
And
위해서
you're gonna counter
미리 응원을
twice, everyone else is just gonna
녹음해야겠어.
spam defensive
아,
skills
이런.
once again.
이것도 녹음되고 있는
We get that
줄
Pride
진짜
Resonance, not that it
몰랐네.
does anything for us, but it's a damage up, I suppose, for the skill 3s. Be you fool. Oh, we actually get staggered if we get hit again. But that doesn't matter, because we just get a 400 damage attack and kill you instantly.
참고로
Very
기회는 내게
silly.
걸린 말 따위
Sure, we did have
쉽게
both
주지
Lucky
않아요.
Pouch and Bloody Mist, which, you know, definitely did
역시
impact the
내가
damage output a
못 보이는 건
little bit.
없어.
And we could have killed that guy way sooner if we just went, okay. That's a little bit of a damage jump. I'm pretty sure that last fight contributed a lot to that, and just the fact she was the first off in general. Very silly, though. It's silly passive. It was awful when the game launched because you needed the Lust Resonance to trigger it, and it would never happen. But they changed it to be a Lust owned, which was significantly better, and now Poise is a lot more obtainable. Just straight up, just having the pendant and no one else with Gloom skills makes her Poise pretty much sustainable. She doesn't have any attack that's got more than 2 coins, because she got a 1 coin, a 2 coin, and then a 1 coin.
놀러 나갈 때는
So it
아침에
really just
일어나야
works out that
되니까.
well, doesn't it?
자는 시간
It's cool. Well, daily extraction time. See what we get. We get anything good. Any degree. One star kind of day? It seems to be a 1-star kind of day after these first 2 polls, which is, you know, statistically speaking, most days are 1-star days. You get like a 2-star in there frequently, right? Or it's gonna be like a full 1-star kind of day. Might be a full 1-star kind of day. It is, alright. 12-star kind of day, 1-star kind of day. I'm just repeating the same nonsensical things over and over again. Yeah, Kurokumo Rodion, it's funny. It's a little bit easier to get off than something like... It's just really strong because of the current state of Poise, the current state of Bleed. They're just really solid in general. Makes this counter pretty good, that's for sure, when you turn it to the skill 3. Anyways, that'll be all for this time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!